Were you surprised by the outpouring of support you received after your performance in the clash? And I say that because traditionally, drivers like yourself earned your reputation on short tracks at your home track. You brought those fans with you. They bought your T-shirts. That support just grows over time. Do you think that had a lot to do with the outpouring of support?
Well, I think I had time to build a fan base, right? Like coming from where I am and racing up in the Northeast, so I brought a fan base with me, and I think that showed when someone showed me TV ratings and Hartford, Connecticut was on there. It had never been. So, so I think that certainly, to your point, absolutely, but I think nationally, it was something that, I don't know, I think nationally people didn't get to see the real Ryan Preece in a way that the Northeast had, and that was something that a lot of fans that I saw or some feedback was, see, this is what we've been telling people for so long, and seeing things like this. So to me, it was exciting to go out there and have a fast car and be able to drive from 16th and take the lead and ultimately have a really good foundation going into this year. We know our short track program is really good. I'm excited and eager to see how our super speedway speed's going to be, and that'll set us up for how we need to contend in the duel and then make changes for the 500. But moving forward, I feel that the big question mark right now is where we're going to be with the mile and a halves, but there's been a lot of studying and a lot of emphasis put into making sure we have fast race cars.
You went into this deal, all you wanted was a chance. You asked for the same thing at Joe Gibbs Racing. They gave you that, you won. Is your expectation to do the same here? Because I understand you have a one-year deal, and so you have 36 races to prove yourself.
I mean, really, I think you got about 14 races to prove yourself, right? I've said it before. I'm used to not really knowing what I'm doing until October or November, so it's never stressed me out a whole lot. But I think or I feel that the Coliseum, I'm going to reference that because it's the only race we've done so far, but it laid a good foundation of expectations, and it's exactly what I expected. I've been very adamant that we need to go out and be consistently running up front and contending for wins, and it's easier said than done, but I feel that we have a lot of warriors on our team and we're ready to go to battle.
When I've talked to your advocates, they say time and again, you know how to work on your car. You understand the mechanics of it. The fact that you do work on your cars, you take care of equipment. All those things kind of blend into making you the racer that you are, and I think that's why your fellow mechanics, your crew chiefs, the people behind the scenes really respect what you do.
Yeah, I feel like that's because I have a lot of respect for my equipment. That's something that I don't want to rip right fronts off or drive my car into everybody like we're bumper cars. I'm going to figure out how to pass you without wrecking you or doing some of those things. And I understand accidents happen, but I'm not going to work on this race car. This is not my job or my place to go and take somebody's wrenches out of their hands and go do it for them. But they have a respect for me because they know that I'm more than capable of doing it. But we're a team and we work together. So, but that just comes back to, a lot of guys, they have hobbies. Their hobbies is golf or whatever, and that's great. But my way of decompressing and getting my mind off things is working on race cars. That's why I have my garage. That's why I have my modified. That's why I have my street cars. It's just a way for me to just detach and kind of just get lost in gasoline and burning rubber.
Unlike some of the young kids coming up, you've raced against grown-ass men on short tracks, and it really teaches you what that level of aggression means and how to kind of marry it with just pure skill. Can you talk a little bit about how much you've learned over the years, racing with champions?
Yeah, absolutely. We can go on and on for days about that one. I specifically remember Mike Stefanik. Basically, I'll never forget this. I finished second in a race, and I kind of used him up to get by him because I didn't waste time to go after the leader. Didn't get to the leader. And Mike pulled me aside afterwards when I said, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I had to do it for my team." And he looked at me. It was, "What about my team?" And it really kind of settled in. And I thought about that. I'm like, you're right. But at the same time, we're all really selfish. But it made me think about, how can I go about doing it different in a more respectful way to get the job done? So there was plenty of experiences, whether it was Mike Stefanik, Jerry Marquis, Reggie Ruggiero, or I raced against Teddy Christopher on a weekly basis at every single track in Connecticut. So we threw a lot of Nerf bars at each other and had quite the rivalry. But that was part of the process to get me to where I am now. I'm 32 years old. I got a lot of racing experience, and I'm really hoping to bring a lot of that experience into the Cup Series this year.
Thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you.
Ryan.